Here's how I made this shot using After Effects. I couldn't get a clean enough track using any tracking tools, so I decided to do it manually. First, I created a new null object. I'm scaling the null object around the hand, and I am moving the anchor point of that null object to this area of the hand that's going to be really easy to identify. Then I can move backwards in my timeline every 5 frames, just keyframing the position and scale parameters. I am ignoring rotation because the camera itself never really rotates. From here, I'm just going to create a red solid circle to just see how that track looks with an effect applied to it. Good enough for me. Let's get some high quality magic visual effects. Of course, I'm going to FootageCrate.com, and there are tons of these energy ball VFX. I really like these red magical wispy ones. And since these are looping VFX, I can go to interpret footage main and set the loop to something like 10 or 15 and hit OK. I'll do this for all of my VFX assets. Then I can just drag and drop those into my timeline, and I'll just make sure they start right around where my track starts. And now I'll just parent that energy ball to my hand tracked null. I'll change the blending mode to screen. We got a problem here. Our energy ball is red, but we want it to be green. Let's fix that with a hue and saturation effect and drop that onto our energy ball. And then let's just toggle around until it turns a nice green color. Looking good. I want more magic, so I'll duplicate my VFX asset and alt drag a new VFX element on top, and that's going to copy all the parameters and effects from the first VFX asset, and then I'll just adjust the scale. Watching this playback, I think I got too many keyframes. It's looking a little jittery, so I'm going to delete all the scale keyframes except the first and last one. And I'll just delete every other position keyframe. That's looking a bit better to me. But we need more magic, so I'll add some more magic and just position it where I think it looks cool, adjusting the opacity accordingly. Then I'll just pre-comp my null object and my 3 VFX assets all together and reset my blending mode to screen. Let's get some magical heat displacement. I'll duplicate my pre-comp of my effects layer and I'll call it displacement. Then I can add a solid composite effect and I'll change the white to a 50% black. And then I can add a tint effect to get rid of the green. This layer is going to power my displacement, but I don't actually need to see it, so I'll turn off the visibility. Let's create an adjustment layer. I'll use chromatic distortion from the LaForge suite, but you can use the normal displacement that's included in After Effects. It just won't look as cool. Under texture, I'll select that new displacement layer that we created, and where it says source, I'll change that to effects and masks. From here, just play with the settings until you get a look that you like. Alright, you know we gotta add some glow. Anytime you're adding glow in After Effects, make sure you are working in 32 bits per channel. On my magic effects layer, I'm going to add a solid composite effect to get rid of the alpha channel, and I'll make sure it is black. Then I could add Crate's Easy Glow, and I could just mess with some of the settings. Easy Glow is also included as part of the incredible LaForge suite. And after just playing with a couple color grading ideas, here is what I came up with. Check the description below for links to the VFX and plugins I used to make this video.